This week's edition of Grappler's Keep is brought to you once again by Diet Water. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. And as the dog days of summer kick in here in August and everyone's getting ready for school and everything else that starts ramping up, make sure whether it's you, your dog, or your cat, or anyone else suffering through the long dog days of summer, make sure you're taking care of yourself and keeping well hydrated. And of course, the best product for doing that with is that one product that has all of that great water taste, but still none of those dreaded water calories. The one, the only, Diet Water. This product's only available in stores where it's sold. Good morning, good afternoon, and oh, that thing is messed up again. I'm going to need to do a little camera here, but good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are time zone-wise on this island Earth. This is Kentucky Hawkeye, KY Hawkeye, your host here for Hawkeye's Old Time Gaming Emporium. It is Saturday night, which means Virgil behind the counter is our caramel cyborg, the soda jerk. He'll be making up all of your ice cream libations on a hot summer day like today. Our special tonight are our famous 1, 2, 3 parfaits. On the other side here, I've got Tori. She is our car hop waitress. She'll take you to your favorite table or booth, or maybe you're part of the fun bunch that likes to sit on the red foam stools there at the serving counter. Either way, you'll be well taken care of, because with it being Saturday night, that means it's time once again for Grappler's Keep, our WWE 2K25 universe, where number characters from all of your favorite tabletop RPG genres compete in a ring that we call the Dice Tray. Haven't been on with Grappler's Keep for a few weeks between Gen Con and a church event and some other stuff going on in my life. Things have been a little strange streaming-wise, so we're getting things back up going. This afternoon, I completed a major step towards getting us set up for WWE 2K26, the newer version of the game. Hopefully by now, most of the bugs that I've been hearing about have been taken care of and squashed. So hopefully here very soon, we will be able to switch over to that. And I'll talk about some of the particulars on that and other things at the end of our show today. So it's been a few weeks. We got some wrestling to catch up on. I've been missing not doing this. And now, let's go ahead. Our wrestlers are anxious to knock the ring rust off. So, without any further ado, before I go any further, thank you once again, Krellin, for your renewal here, for your Tier 1 subscription here at the Old Time Gaming Emporium. If you do a Tier 1 subscription, you'll see the benefit that Krellin gets. He gets to be a manager for a wrestler here in Grappler's Keep. We will see that later on today. So if you go Tier 1, you can be a wrestler for singles wrestler or a tag team. If you go all the way up to Tier 2, you can not only be a manager, but you can set up your own faction. A combination of men, women, or both. I will leave that up to you if you go up to Tier 2. And if you go all the way up to Tier 3, then no, you don't get to be a manager anymore. You get to be an actual wrestler here within and keep taking on all of our characters here within our EFED here. So, without any further ado, since we used all the ado making dinner last night, let's go ahead and get things started. All right, so I guess the question right now is, Krellin and anyone else watching out there, can you hear me? I'm not going to go any further till I know that is working. Okay, it says back now, and I'm going to make sure. Let's check properties. Okay, it's going to the right thing here. Check something else out here real quick. Move you over to here. I'm going to quickly disconnect something, then reconnect it just in case. All right, something's not looking right here. Hang on. Output is not going to where it's supposed to. All right, let me fix something here real quick. It's got the sound speakers being my microphone, which is not going to do any of us any good. So I was there the whole time. Okay. But right now I need... All right. Supposedly, that will fix it. Oh, let's get this turned back on. All right. Are you hearing that when I'm moving this around? I think that might do it. Let me make sure here. Softly, that's all it's supposed to be soft on that. Okay, we got headphones correct, microphone correct. All right, let us proceed then with tonight's show. On the card tonight, starting off, we have Rulem going up against Miney. We have finally defenses by our current holder of the Women's Hunters mark, Annabelle Dukes. She's had some tag team commitments that she had to fulfill. So this will be her first time truly bearing the Women's Hunters. Actually, second, because at the... Let's see, this actually be third for her. Third time bearing the Women's Hunters mark. She'll be doing it against Kimona with her manager, Grandmaster Krellin, there at her side, ringside. In tag team action, we have the Interlude going up against the tag team of Feline Locke and Bill Sanders. We have Dynamo with his second defense of the Men's Hunters mark against Killer and Sparkshard. In tag team action, we have Thrill and Chill going up against the Hag Sisters. We have Vin Blassteam and Callius Lucidus going at it. Once again in singles action. Jardak Munka and Doxel Rusabin are two big main men's factions going up against each other. And our current women's champion Varja will be going up against Minyun Maidalar in non-title action. And in our main event, Wandering Silence's favorite wrestler Morduk is going to be going up against Dolgrim Bravestone, half of the tag team, the Barbarians, in which should be a good match here. So let's go ahead and get things rolling and head out to Diet Water Arena. Rulem still licking his wounds over being defeated by Rufus Combs and not getting the Master Melee belt as he thought he would get, is going to be working his way up the chain. He'll be doing that up against the feisty kobold, Miney, one of the three kobolds with Mo, the man in the trench coat. So that'll be our starting off match. This should be interesting. Miney is a lot more skilled and trickier than people give him and the rest of the kobolds credit for. So this should be an interesting matchup to see how Rulem handles Miney's speed and agility. So with that, let's head right out to Diet Water Arena. Okay, looks like the sound's good. So it may have just been something with the intro. I'll take a look at it post-show here. Coming out of the dressing room, escorted by guards because he has gone back to his villainous ways out of the superhero realm. It is our super villain, Rulem, and new member of the Triangle. All right, making his way to the ring. Had a good run at getting at that Master Melee title shot, but was not able to get the belt and bring it to the Triangle, which was the primary reason Jardik Munka recruited him. He wanted someone who could bring championship belts to the faction. And still currently they have 0. And Jardik is going to have to try to figure out ways to get to reverse that trend for them. At least that's what he wants to try to do. So it looks like he's set and ready to rumble here. We'll see who's next. We'll wait for his opponent to come in. Not afraid of taking on anyone. One of the 3 kobolds with the trench coat, the man named Mo. It is Miney. Along with his manager, Mo, the man in the trench coat. Has surprised a lot of people here this season, including within half of a count of becoming the Master Melee Champion in a regular match that became a triple threat match with the cash-in of the Bag of Holding. Was so close to getting that title. But he didn't, and he made sure Jardik Munka didn't get it either, and the belt stayed with Novar Xanatron, the champion at that time. He's not afraid of the boos of the crowd. He says those are as inspiring as the cheers. He just likes the noise. Both wrestlers look like they are set and ready to go. There's the bell, and here we go. Miney wastes no time, comes in with a quick chop. Caught him totally by surprise. Hits a quick elbow. Using surprise and speed to his advantage here. Slams the arm down hard. Goes into the ropes, measures him out. Flying body press. Goes outside. Onto the ring apron, waiting for Rulam to get to his feet. Goes up. Nice springboard tomahawk chop there. Measures him out. And a basement drop kick. Miney standing over, not doing anything for some reason. I guess he's waiting for Rulam to get to his feet first. Now comes right after him. Big kick. And now they're getting into a punching and slapping fight. I don't think Miney wants to get into this with Rulam. Rulem's twice his size and punches just as hard, but now he sneaks. When he say he's daring him to come in with a shot, and comes right after him. Rulem sneaks in another and a third. He's saying, "Come on, give me more." Rulem keeps blocking his shots, and down goes Miney, but pops right back up, whips him around right into a DDT, rolls him over. Modified schoolboy roll up, but not even a 1 count. Miney showing no fear here. Chop in, big uppercut. Has him trapped in the corner. And now a quick kick by Rulem gets him out of there. And now he's got Miney by the back of the neck, but nope. That scrappy kobold going right at it again. Sets him up. Hard whip into the ropes and just goes right after him. Nice arm drag takedown there. Rulem pulling himself up onto the ring apron, wondering what's hitting. It's that kobold with that shot there. Hits him on top of the head and a drop kick knocks him off the ring apron onto the Eldritch Blast safety mats. As the ref starts the count. Miney's not going to give him any kind of a short rest. He's going to go right after him. Grabs the legs. Double leg drop right on the solar plexus. A big stomp there. Grabs the legs again. Step over leg drop right onto the knee. Pulls him up to his feet again. Throws him hard into the steel steps. Pulls Rulem up to his feet again. The count goes to 6. Now Rulem trying to fight his way loose, and does at the 7 count. He's in the ring. And here comes Miney at the 8. Rulem resting in the corner. Miney goes right after him. Might have been a kick in a low spot there. Couldn't quite tell there. Goes up. Guillotine leg drop on the ring apron. He's going up top. He's got the finger guns aimed. Goes up. Massive flying body press off the top rope. Goes to the ropes. And the mini drop, but no. Nobody home. Rulem got back to his feet. Quick kick there. Has him wrapped up. Two massive pile driver right there. And that may have taken Miney out. And no, he kicks right back out again. Pulls him up. Has him up in the torture rack. Gonna try to make the Kobold submit. And now just lets him go. Message sent, I suppose. Goes up second rope. Waits for Miney to get to his feet. Leaps off. Meteora off the second rope. Measures him out for an elbow drop. Wonder if Miney used all the gas in the tank. Hooks the leg for the pin. And looks like that's what happened. Miney gave him a run for his money. But Rulem just proves too strong at the end. A good win for him. Would have been an embarrassing loss if he hadn't pulled that out. Excuse me. And now our first title match of the night. This is for the Women's Hunter's Mark. For those of you not familiar with Grappler's Keep, the Hunter's Mark is our fighting championship. Whenever we have a stream, whether it's a regular stream like this or a premium live event like the Tavern Brawl, which will be coming up here in just a few weeks, it will be defended unless there's an extenuating circumstance. This is Annabelle Duke's third shot at defending the Hunter's Mark here. If you successfully defended 4 times in a row, very next stream, whether it's a regular stream or premium live event, you automatically get a title shot for, in her case, it would be the Lady of Valor Women's Championship, or on the men's side, it would be the Master Melee Men's Championship. Her defense tonight will be against none other than the green member of the Lightning League, Kimona, along with her manager and mentor, Grandmaster Krellin, the White Lightning League member. So let's head right back to the ring. Yeah, time to remember all that training and lessons that Krellin has given her. Let's see if they pay off here tonight.
The following is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's Internet Fighting Championship.
And coming out first, that is the challengers. As you see, we got the intro fixed here. And there they are. Kimona, Grandmaster Krellin, they are the Lightning League. Gives a signal and down they come. Kimona was going in, had herself a huge slump, didn't know what to do, what she was doing wrong, so she went to the one person she knew she could trust that would help her get on the right track, and that was her mentor and team leader of the Lightning League, Grandmaster Krellin. And she has been on a good roll as of late. And now this will be a test. Can she take the Hunter's Mark away from this woman? Toughest person on the east side, runs the Fresh Fantasy Speakeasy. Every noir story needs a gun mall. And she is ours, Annabelle Dukes. Making her way to the ring. Belt around her waist, her latest fashion accessory. Plans to hang on to it long enough to cash it in for something a little bit shiny or a little more bling. But in order to do that, she must first defeat Kimona. And this is the belt they're competing for. This is the Women's Hunter's Mark. Let's take it right back to our announcer there ringside.
Introducing the challenger from Neo, Osaka, Green Hero. And her opponent from the east side, the Women's Internet Fighting Champion, Annabelle Duke.
Holds the belt up for all to see, showing it off. She's definitely going to have a challenge here in this matchup. She hands it off to the ref, who will show it to Kimona, who would love to get that belt around her waist. And now, let's go ahead and get this match started. Kimona looking loose, Krellin there at her side. Annabelle saying, come bring it. Here's the bell, here we go. And big flying body press catches Kimona by surprise. Big stomp on the arm. Kimona trying to crawl up, instead gets face slammed right back down. Krellin can't like how this is starting. Hits the ropes, running leg drop. Now a big stomp, and I think that was a double axe handle to the head. Stomp to the leg. Now Krellin's got Annabelle's attention, buying Kimona some precious time to get back to her feet and get reset, and hits her with a super kick, only to be scooped over into a schoolgirl roll-up. Kimona reverses it, and then it gets broke. Kimona coming right at her, hard whip right into the corner. Big boot to the gut. And now it's squeezing that foot on the chest. I imagine, you can't tell from the ref's position. Annabelle rolls out away from the corner. Kimona pulls her right back up. Gonna take her right back into the corner, hard into the turnbuckle again. Annabelle kicks her way out and throws Kimona in. Runs out, it's gonna come all the way downtown with a running knee shot and a stomp of her own. And now her turn to drive the boot in. Kimona rolls out of the corner. Annabelle Dukes is going up. Second rope. Kimona's right back up. Hits the double axe handle to the back. Measures her out and a punt kick to the side. Kimona rolls outside. Annabelle comes right out after her. Scoops her up. Body slam right onto the Eldritch Blast safety mats. Yeah, I'm hoping that too, Krellin, or at least the AI for the refs is improved on positioning. As the count goes to 3. Sets her up. Boxes the ears the hard way. Pulls her back up again as the count goes to 5. Throws Kimona back in the ring. Goes up top rope. Leaping leg drop. Nails it. Now hooks the leg for the quick pin. And it's over. Kimona just did not have it tonight, it looks like. Gave it her best shot, and now Annabelle Dukes is only one match away from a title shot against Varja, the current holder of the Lady of Valor women's belt. Big win for Annabelle Dukes here. Yeah, I know, that was kind of a quick, not quite a squash match, but pretty close. Yeah, lackluster is how I would describe that one too. There wasn't a whole lot to that one. All right, we have women's tag team action coming up here. As the Interlude is back from their international concert tour, and now they're ready to get back to the wrestling realm. And they're going to knock some of the rust off here tonight, going up against an interesting tag team setup of Feline Locke and Belle Sanders. Not exactly a standard talk. Oh, yeah. Have a long talk with her, find out what's going on. Unless Annabelle Duke spiked her water or something like that before the match. Something crazy was going on there. So, we have Mira Visk and Dia Hanu, the interlude, going up against Feline Locke and Bill Sanders. Let's head right back out to Diet Water Arena. And here they come. Back from their World Consort Tour, now back ready to wrestle in Grappler's Keep. They are Dia Hanu and Mira Visk, our elven bards, making their way to the ring. They are the interlude. Always a fuss on who gets to enter first, and it always ends up being Mira. Despite her somewhat protests. Diva's outside the ring, but don't let that fool you. They are very skilled wrestlers inside. They have title aspirations on their minds, and they're going to try to work their way up to it. And they'll have a challenge here tonight with Bell and Sanders and Feline Locke. Looks like coming out first is out of the superhero realm, our Queen of the Frost realm, Feline Locke. Making her way down. Been having a good run here as of late, hoping to keep that going. We don't usually see her in tag team action, so this will be interesting to see how well she and Belle work together. We will see what happens. And now, her partner, out of the Weird Wild West, does whatever needs to be done, no matter what. And no matter what it takes, former holder of the Lady of Valor Women's Championship, she had a good long reign with it. And now, working her way up for yet another shot at that title. Probably hoping to show that she can work singles and doubles, whatever it takes to get her ratings up. We'll see. She's normally a singles wrestler. We'll see how well she and Feline work together. This will be an interesting matchup. It'll be Mira Visk starting off against Feline Locke. There's the bell, and here we go. So this is the combo that Dia Hanu asked for in her promo. A nice shoulder block, knocking Feline off the ring apron. Off the top rope, big body press onto the Eldritch Blast safety mats. Measures are out. Stomp to the head. And another. No short rest for Feline. Pulls her right back up to her feet. Throws her down into the steps. Hits them hard. Big stomp right on the shoulder. Pulls her up to her feet once again. Wraps her up. And now, let's see where she takes her. Throws her back in. Comes back in before the 7 count. Comes right back after Feline. Forearm shot. And now a whip into the corner. Here's the tag. Some double team action coming up here. Double whip into the ropes. And a pancake straight down. Bell reaching for a tag, but Feline's nowhere close. Dia Hanu goes for the quick pin. Kick out at 2. He said, yeah, a little early. Had to try, though. She goes up. Second rope. Or on ring apron, goes up. Rolls under and walks right into a clothesline. Whatever she had planned didn't work. Feline takes advantage. Big clubbing forearm shot. Hits another. Who's still down on one knee. Now pulls her up. Hard whip into the ropes. Nice little arm drag takedown there. Gets all strikes in. D's knocked on the offense. Now reverses things with an elbow shot. And now quick snap mare into the ropes. And a big running boot shot. There's the tag. Mira comes in. Feline looking to the tag and gets one as well. Here comes Bill Sanders. Quick sneaky roll up there on Mira, but only a 1 count. And Mira reverses it with a nice little pin motion of her own. Caught Bell up by surprise. Flips her over. Double stomp right to the gut. Another big stomp with those heeled boots. Goes up, handstand. Into knees to the side. Goes up with the handstand. Hits those knees, this time right on the gut. Goes out onto the ring apron. Waiting for Bell to get to her feet. And Feline sneaks a shot in. Caught her by surprise. Now comes back in. Goes right back after Bell. Whip into the ropes. Drops down. Gut wrench. Wraps her around right into a Northern Light suplex. Oh, got a 1 count on the pin. Caught Bell by surprise. Pulls her up. Quick kick. Wraps her up. Has her up. Power bomb straight down. Feline looking for a tag as Mira celebrates, and here comes Feline. Catches Mira by surprise right into a snap DDT. Goes to the ropes. Leaping elbow, but nobody home. Mira back to her feet. The surprise over, goes up. Nice Frankensteiner. Pulls her up to her feet. Massive forearm strikes. And now just clobbers her down with a big clothesline. Pulls her up to one knee. Into the ropes. And almost like an Enziguri, maybe a Shining Wizard. Goes out to the ring apron now. Goes up. Top rope. Went for a move, but Feline wasn't there. And now just slaps Mira upside the head. Wraps her up. Nice little suplex there by Feline, and she will tag Bill Sanders back in. Hits her with a drop kick. Mira comes right back up. Flurry of kicks and strikes of her own. Got her right on the leg, flipped her right out, and now she'll tag Dia Hanu back in. Bell may be injured. Big stomp to the leg by Dia. Pulls her up. Into the ropes. Running neck snapper there. Goes up. Top rope. Waiting for her to get to her feet. Shotgun drop kick from the top rope. Hooks the leg for the pin. Feline comes in for the save. Dia chases her off. Now goes right back after Bell. Kind of a senton-like maneuver there. Waiting for Bell to get to her feet. Rolls through and walks right into that. Whatever move she had planned, it is scouted out, and she was ready with the clothesline. Hard whip into the corner. Dia's going to need to take that move out of her arsenal, I think. Double whip into the rope. Huge double back body drop. Feline takes over. Going for the arm bar. Going to try to make Dia tap out. But she's able to roll over. Literally punches her way loose. Goes right after. Has her in a fireman's carry. But Feline counters as well. Just slams Dia down. Goes right for the pin. Not even a 1 count. Pulls her up to her feet once again. Hard whip into the corner. Here's the tag. Bill Sanders coming back in. Double whip into the corner and another huge double back body drop. Bell celebrates a little bit long enough for Miravis to tag in. But Bell's ready for her with some strikes of her own. Wraps her up. Manhandle slam right there. Goes for the pin. Not even a 2 count. Pulls her up. Now cranking on the neck, trying to slow Mira down. Slams her down. Grabs her by the leg. Big stomp right onto the hamstring. Grabs the legs again. Stomp right on the solar plexus and walks right over. Pulls Mira up to her feet. Hits her with the big boot there. It wasn't the Cyclone. She goes up, second rope. Double axe handle. And now the big knee shot. Grabs her by the leg and a knee breaker right into the mat. And with that, she will tag and bring in Feline. Miravis still down on the mat in her own corner. Feline pulls her up. Slams her down hard. Pulls her up again. Scoops her up. Running power slam there and now goes for the pin. Only a 1 count after all of that. Feline's got to wonder what she's got to do. She lets out a war cry of her own, allowing Mira to tag, and here comes Dia Hanu. Had something planned, but got blocked and gets hit with the avalanche. Hooks the leg for the pin. And it is over. A kind of heartbreaking loss for the interlude. And now here come Anarchy attacking with the title belts. Interlude has said that they're looking for a shot at those titles. And I think Anarchy just showed that maybe they aren't as easily up for grabs as they think. Now, our other title match for the night. This is for the men's hunter's mark. Dynamo is here with his second defense of the belt. He'll be doing that against our high elf elemental fire wizard, Kilran Sparkshard. Let's head right back to the arena. Dynamo's on his own right now at the moment. Checkmate, his tag team partner for him for Power and Glory, is on leave at the moment. And coming up, he's only the most powerful, the most wonderful, the most glorious wizard in all of the realms, if not wrestler too. If you're unsure about that, just ask him, he'll tell you so. He is Kilran Sparkshard. Has had a decent run here within the keep. Has held the hunter's mark a couple of times at least. Making his way down as only he can. Slowly making his way inside the ring. Some think it's an entertaining entrance. Some people think it's the great time to hit the restroom or the concession stand because of how long he takes. As we wait, Kilran's basking in his own glory. He has his following out there, that's for sure. And with that, I think he's just about ready. All right, looks like he's set and ready to go. as we wait for his opponent to come in. Hacked here into this world from the Cyberverse, looking to bring their world here. He is Dynamo. He's usually in tag team action along with his partner Checkmate. But some family issues have caused Checkmate to go back home for a short period of time, so he's on leave. Dynamo's doing some singles wrestling. Yeah, Killeran is a fun character, that's for sure. And so Dynamo's on his own and has not done too bad. He already has the Hunter's Mark. We'll see how well he does. Let's see, he won it at... No, this is his second defense. He won it our first week back. That's right. So there's the belt, and let's take it right back to our ring announcer for the introductions.
Introducing the challenger. From Avalon, weighing in at 228 pounds, Kelvin Sparks Shaw. And his opponent, from Chroma City, weighing in at 198 pounds, the men's internet fighting champion, Dynamic O.
Holding that belt up proudly. First belt he has had in as singles or tag team. He's going to try to defend it as proudly as he can as Killeran sees it. Yet another shot at that belt for Killeran here. We'll see how he does tonight. And we'll get right into ring action here. Killeran staying loose. Dynamo trying to get the crowd up as well as him. There's the bell, and here we go. Killeran comes right in with a kick, and nice counter from the elbow. Then a basement drop kick by Dynamo. Quick stop now, a leaping elbow shot as Killeran down, a big stomp. And now wrapping him up. And it's ground and pound from behind time here. Brett hooks the arm, rolls him over, now uses the leg to roll him again. Killeran trying to get to his feet, rakes the nails down the back. And now hooks him up. Inverted skull breaker. Mocking Killeran to get up. Collar elbow hookup. We'll see where this goes. And Killeran turns it into a nice little wrist lock. Caught Dynamo by surprise. We'll see if he can get himself loose. He reverses it into a hammerlock. And now Killeran, the one trying to reverse the position and the pain. And nice little leg trip there by Dynamo. He's eager for Killeran to get to his feet. Big running boot right there. Standing boot there. Killeran rolls outside. Dynamo goes up top. You can tell that was more of a shoulder block than a body splash off the top rope down onto the Eldritch Blast safety mats. And now he's just going for a blatant choke right now outside the ring. Pulls him up to his feet. Goes Killeran right back into the dice tray. Leaps over the top rope. Stomp to the leg, stomp to the shoulder. Grabs him by the feet, and Killeran pushes him off. Went for a springboard moonsault, but missed. Dynamo rolls out of the way. Killeran goes after him up on the top rope. First shot doesn't hurt. Killeran goes for a leg drop, but nobody home. Killeran whips him into the ropes, takes advantage, shot right to the gut. Wraps him up. Ripcord right into a lariat. Quickly hooks the leg for the pin. But only a 1 count. Big forearm strike, a kick. Dynamo really took it on that one. Has him by the arms and an unprotected knee shot. Hooks the leg again for the pin. Only a 2 count. Killeran's giving him everything he's got right now. Another clubbing forearm. Wraps him up. Hooks the arm, a shot to the gut. Goes up outside on the ring apron, leaps over, hits him with a single leg drop kick. Misses with the moonsault again. He's falling over that move, but he keeps missing it. Dynamo mocking him a bit, but gets set up for 2 knee shots that time. Has him by the arm, stomping the back. Now to the face, throws him down. Hammerlocks the arm, and now grabs the other one, pulling it all the way back from the fingers. And now, double knees to the back just to wrap it up. And Killoran's going down onto the ground and pound even. Big stomp there. This time he hits the moonsault. 1 out of 3 ain't bad, I guess. Rolls him over. Waiting for him to get up. Had something set up. Dynamo knocked the drop kick away. Big series of blows from Dynamo. Killoran rolls outside. No short rest. Dynamo's coming right after him. He's waiting for him around the corner. Nothing happened there. And nasty shot there. Pulls him up to his feet. Throws him hard into the steel steps. Works his way around them, works his way back, changing his mind what he wants to do, or just showing off while Killoran's not moving. Now comes with a stomp to the back. Leaping elbow drop at the 6 count. Counts at 7. They both need to look at getting inside the ring. Throws him in at the 7 count. Beats the 8 count. Goes for stomp and misses. Killoran kicked from behind, kicked him in the butt from behind, literally. Hits him with the skullcracker right onto the knee. Caught him totally by surprise. Quick kick, wraps him up. Goes for a power bomb, but Dynamo punches his way loose. Killoran reverses it into the corner. Big kick by Killoran. Big series of kicks. Spinning kick there. And now the boot rakes to the face. Killoran's got everything going here. Big running knee shot. Killoran hooks the leg. Only a 1 count. He's going outside. Goes for another moonsault and gets it. Dynamo pulling himself up in the corner. Killoran waiting. Puts him up on the second rope. Hooks him over. Super kick from behind. He's waiting for him to get to his feet. And now Killoran going up. Top rope. Double axe handle from the top. He's waiting for Dynamo to get to his feet. This might be time for the fireball. He hooks him up. He has him set. And now the fabulous fireball. DDT, he nails it. Hooks the leg for the pin. And it's over. And Killoran definitely catches Dynamo by surprise. And we have a new bearer of the Hunter's Mark. And it is Killoran Sparkshard. And we'll see how neat of a title run he will get to have with that. Now we're going to have more women's tag team action as former tag team champions Thrill and Chill, our cousins out of the Noir realm, Charity Philpott and Chastity York, will be going up against tag team that has had a lot of success here as of late. That would be the Hag Sisters. Let's head right back to Diet Water Arena. Yeah, I think Killoran had do many moonsaults on his to-do list today. Finally he hit half of them, so. All right, coming out first. Our Noir and Steampunk members. They are Charity Philpott and Chastity York. They are Thrill and Chill. Alright. Charity showing she wants to get that belt around her waist. A victory here would help get them possibly a title shot. We can see what happens here. But first, they have to deal with something a little more devious. As the lights go dark. Crazy May Lord Ladle and her big sister, Devious Dora Drek. They are the Hag Sisters. Devious Dora looks after her little sister, Crazy May. Crazy May is a tough wrestler, but has magical skills as big as all get out. A little easily distracted at times. As they stand and prepare to enter. Dora trying to make sure that Crazy May's paying attention, and now she is. They now enter the dice tray. It looks like they are set and ready to go. They were very close to defeating Anarchy for the Women's Championship, but failed to do so. It's going to be Crazy May starting off against Charity Philpott. Charity comes right after Crazy May. Big series of strikes, follows it with a big boot shot. Stomp misses. Crazy May comes right back. Kick attempt by Charity misses. Reversed by Crazy May, and now she gets squashed in the corner. Pulls her up to her feet. Big forearm shot. As a headlock dropped in, looks like she got a finger poke in on there. And with that, there'll be a quick tag, and here comes Devious Dora. Charity rolls her way up from what was happening, and a big series of kicks, followed by a knee shot. And Charity's going right back at it. Kick to the back. Leaping stomp. Crazy May gets a cheap shot in on Crazy May up behind, but keeps on going. Gives Dora, though, a chance to recover. A hard whip into the ropes. Drops down. Leapfrogs over. Wraps her up. Nice Northern Light suplex, going for a pin. But only a 1 count. Double axe handle shot while she's still down. Leaps over, goes up, second rope. And a flying body press. Right on target. Charity gets right back up, only to get a forearm strike, and now slam down from behind. Big stomp to the leg. Grabs a hold of the leg now, going for a heel hook, it looks like. Cranking on that leg, on that ankle and knee. Throws her down, goes right for a pin. But only not enough for a 3 count. Chastity desperately looking for a pin, but Charity can't get away. Dora walks her way around. There's the tag, brings in Crazy May. Big knee shot, has her by the head. Hard whip into the ropes, picks her up. Alabama power slam. She goes to the corner to talk strategy, gives Chastity time to tag in, but Crazy May goes right after her. Big series of blows there, and now Chastity working her way loose. Takes Crazy May, whips hard into the ropes, runs across town, leaping forearm shot. Springboard boot, picks her up. Fisherman's suplex of sorts here, quick stomp there, and now goes for the pin. But only a 1 count. Big forearm strike again. Measures things out. Tries to lift her up again. Crazy May hits her with an elbow shot, and now Big flurry of blows. Once again, Chastity blocks that one, goes for a kick. Crazy May catches it, reverses it. But now it's Crazy May into the ropes. Nice arm drag takedown. Has her by the arm, twists around, and does the goalpost stretch. Definitely going after arms, measuring things out as Crazy May pulls herself up in the corner. Has her up hard into the turnbuckle. Grabs the leg, wraps it around the rope, and a undefended kick there. Now stomp. Another stomp. Grabs her by the legs and alley-oop out of the corner. Pulls her up to her feet. Wraps her up in a hard whip into the corner. Here's the tag. Charity coming back in. Setting things up. Double knees to the back. Hard. Chastity with a big forearm strike there. Crazy May needing to tag badly. Charity celebrating. Allowing Crazy May to tag. And here comes Devious Dora. Comes right after her. Frankensteiner. Big stomp on Crazy May and a double stomp because she's still not left the ring. Gives Dora a chance. Gets a strike in. Wraps her up. And a reverse suplex. Pancakes her out, and now Charity goes outside onto the Eldritch Blast safety mats. Dora leaps from the top rope, drop kick down. Nails Charity flush. Hard whip back inside the ring. She celebrates there on the ring apron, giving Charity time to get to her feet, and Charity misses with the drop kick. Old school rope work and a nice little springboard drop kick of her own. Has Charity down. Measures her out. Flips her over. Pulls her up again. Gut wrench up to the shoulder and down with the magic killer. Hooks the leg for the pin. Chastity's there with the save. David Dora looking back on at Charity. The Mushroom Cloud didn't take her out, and now Charity has her up, rolls her over, and looks like she's going to go for the cincher. She's going to try to get the submission locked in. And Crazy May comes in for a save. Not enough now. The ref chases her off. Dora tried to get a shot in, but doesn't do it very successfully. Has her set up. She's going around the world. Hits the coast to coast. The clock works. Has the stomps going. Rolls her over. Hooks the leg for the pin. And it's over. And the victory goes to Thrill and Chill. The Clockworks take her out. Big win for the former champions. Couple of flips there to show that they've still got some cardio going. Good match overall. We'll see how well that moves them up in the rankings. Now we have Vin Blasting going up against Callius Lucidus. Callius has been riding Vin as of late, who has gone into another slump, so to speak, saying that Vin doesn't even belong here. Vin says, if you think that's the case, then you try to run me out. And they have been going at it hard and heavy ever since. We'll see what happens here in this matchup as we return to Diet Water Arena. Looks like Vin is already there in the ring waiting. How did Callius get a hold of Checkmate? What's he doing beating him up for? If that's trying to send Vin a message, I'm not sure how effective that's going to be. He's good friends with the Cyber Duo. Ref's keeping them apart, trying to get a clean start. And here we go. Callius goes in for some sort of kick and misses. Vin takes advantage. Our Goliath Bard, a big knee drop onto the legs. Going right after him. No mercy here. None expected. And now he goes for the heel hook. Keep working more onto that leg. Cranking on it hard. And he's going to go back after it again. He definitely wants to take the legs literally out from underneath of Callius. Grabs both legs. Pulls him up. And a massive power bomb. He's cranking the arm. He's ready to make the strike. Hard whip into the ropes. Up and over the rope. Onto the Eldritch Blast safety mats. Finn goes up. Top rope. And drops the knee right onto Callius. I'm surprised Callius' ribs are completely broken. Hooks the leg. Nice little fisherman suplex there. Now throws him hard back inside the ring. Big clubbing forearm from behind. Callius gets an elbow in. Gets a flying leg shot in. Now a leaping elbow drop. Trying to get as much height as he can. Now goes for the headlock. Goes for the handstand and cranks down harder onto the head and neck of Vin. Big stomp to the arm. Has him up going for Fujiwara armbar. Trying to make him submit, but he rolls right back out. And a knee right to the head of Callius. Wraps him up. Takes him all the way into the hard into the corner. Big forearm shot there. Big stomp to the chest. Lets out a huge war cry. Comes running in with a massive running knee shot. And Callius is still conscious amazingly. Rolls him over. Picks him up. And now he's going to cast the sleep spell. He's singing him a lullaby. Trying to put him to sleep. And he taps out. But the match isn't over. Not sure what's going on here. But Callius has already tapped out once. And Vin's not stopping. There's no bell. Massive back body flip there. Has him by the arm. Stomping on the hand. Again. A third time. Big stomp there. Holds the arm back. And it's ground and pound time. And Callius is out. Whatever message Callius was trying to send looks like it was returned to sender. As we are seeing a part of Vin that everyone's been hoping or dreading to see. Now let's go into men's singles action. These two factions have never been against each other from the day one. The Triangle, led by Jardak Munka. Team Chemo, led by Novar Xanatrone. Jardak is going to be leading the fight this time. He'll be taking it up against our Tiefling Bloodhunter, Doxel Rusabin. Ben Damastain will be there as well for Team Chemo, along with Rulem and Loro Dauta for the Triangle. This will get ugly. This will probably get ugly. This will probably get messy. So let's head right out there and see what happens. Leading the Triangle out is their leader, Jardak Munka.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, representing the Triangle of Terror. From the city of Atlantis, weighing in at 228 pounds, General
Jardak Munka exiled from Neptune, where he ruled with an iron fin. Now he's attempting to do the same thing here. He's got his two Enforcers at his side, Loro Dauta, the Gentleman Rogue, and Rule M. Thought to have been a reformed supervillain, now showing his true forms as a villain once again. Emperor Viking, Evil Viking, welcome in. You're catching us right at the beginning of a match here. We have the leader of the faction known as the Triangle, Jarduk Munkov, will be in this match, and we will see his opponents shortly. They are Team Chemo, led by former Master of Melee champion Novar Xanatrone. On the right is Doxel Rusabin, our Tiefling Blood Hunter. He will be taking on Jarduk here tonight. Ben de Mustaine at his side as well. This is the group that's been having to deal with the Triangle all this time. And they're going to meet up yet again. We shall see what happens here tonight as these two factions face off once again. There's Jarduk staying loose. Doxel looks like he's ready as well. Here's the bell. Here we go. Doxel wastes no time. Series of forearm strikes. Jarduk blocks the last one. Discus spin strike there. Looks like he got Doxel flush on the chin. Massive leaping moonsault nails Doxel. And Jarduk's not wasting any time, going right for the ground and pound. Finishes it with a stomp, as in by both arms, and an undefended shot, knee shot right to the head. Grabs him by the arm. Stomping on the back. More shots now. Hammer locking that arm. Pulling back all the way. Stretching that other arm out and finishes it with a double knee shot to the back. Moonsault again. He's wasting no time going right after Doxel here. As Lore claps with approval. Doxel's not gotten any offense in this yet. Diving forearm strike. And now Jarduk's already going up top rope. Waiting for Doxel to get to his feet. And one-legged drop kick from the top. Flips him over. Pulls him up. And Doxel's ready. Nice dragon screw reversal. Maybe he was just feeling Jarduk out. And now he starts the ground and pound as well. Measures him out, pulls him up, and now starts cranking on that neck. Slowing down the breathing. Slowing down his movements, throws him down. Big stomp again. Measures things out, and now going right for the arm bar. Trying to get that submission going. However, Jarduk's able to roll out. Punch his way free. We'll see how much damage is done to the arm. Quick kick there, wraps him up. Pulls him up and wants to go for a power bomb. Nope, daps him into a fireman's carry and drops him right hard onto the rope. Now goes for the pin. But only a 1 count. Jarduk goes outside on the ring apron, waiting for Doxel to get to his feet. Now comes after him. Doxel ready for him. Quick roll up. Not even a 1 count. Doxel comes right after him. Flurry of kicks. Snap DDT. Goes up. Top rope. Waiting for Doxel to get to his feet. And double axe handle complete with a body press as well, it looks like. Pulls him up to his feet. Wraps him up. And he's got him locked into the Blood Hunter. Trying to get Jarduk to submit. Got in the middle of the ring, was able to elbow his way free. Big stomp to the back. And now the ground and pound resumes. Complete with the stomp, and now he hooks the leg. But only a 1 count. Flips him over. Goes to the ropes. Running boot kick there. Pulls Doxel up to his feet. Forearm shot. Series of forearms. Now hard whip into the ropes. Hits him with a spear. Hooks the leg for the pin. But only a 2 count. Goes out to the apron, waiting for Doxel to get to his feet. Leaps over, hits him with the leg kick. Now goes to the other corner, second rope. Again, waiting for Doxel to rise. And hits the Meteora. Follows it with a double axe handle shot. Grabs the legs, but Doxel kicks him away. Jardick gets right back up. Big series of strikes and kicks. Misses with that kick. Wraps him up. Small package. Gets a 2 count out of it. Let's see if Doxel can get some momentum here. Stomp to the head. Another one. Now he goes up. Second rope. Waiting for Jardick to get to his feet. Misses with the drop kick. Jardick taking advantage here. Steps out, that comes back in. Hits with the kick. Collar elbow hook up, then whipped right to the ropes. Pops him up. Pop-up punch there. Now goes for the pin. And he kicks out at 2. Jardick thought he had him right there. Waits for Doxel to get to his feet. Now Ben distracts Jardick enough, but nope. Doxel wasn't able to take advantage. Now he does. Has him wrapped up. He's going to go for the demon. He hits the demon drop. And now rolls him over for the pin. And just barely kicked out. Doxel thought he, and the rest of the crowd thought he had him right there. Big stomp to the arm. Now doing the neck and back stretch. Trying to slow him down, make him tap out. Jardick gets free. Big strike there. Has him up. Fireman's carry. Right into knee shot. Hooks the leg. And it's over. Hard fought match, but Jardick was just too much for Doxel Rusabin. A big win again for Jardick. As the Triangle takes yet another victory. All right, now we have women's singles action here. As our current Lady of Valor Women's Champion, Varja, will be taking on the leader of Fatal Attraction, Minyun Maidalar, in a non-title matchup. This will be fun to see what happens here. Let's head right back to Diet Water Arena. There's the intro music as our Lady Gladiator herself, Varja, loves to fight almost as much as she loves her armor. She is your Lady of Valor Women's Champion, Varja.
Making her way to the ring from Mount Olympus, the WCCW All-Star Tag Team Champion, the Warrior Princess.
All right, making her way down to the ring. She's created quite a stir, breaking from her tag team partner to go solo. And quite convincingly winning the championship belt. It was not an easy victory over Varja, but it was a complete victory nonetheless. Makes her way now inside the ring. She'll have her hands full tonight with Mignon Meitlar, leader of Fatal Attraction. She'll have all that help at her side with Annabelle Dukes and with Annalith. Speaking of whom, there's our current holder of the Hunter's Mark, Annabelle Dukes. Her faction partner, the Succubus Tiefling Annalith, and leading them all are Drow Sorceress Queen, Mignon Meitlar. Making their way down to the ring, they have one belt in their possession, hoping to get another very soon if Annabelle Dukes can cash in the Hunter's Mark. Bring the Women's Championship under their control for the first time. It'll be Mignon leading the battle here tonight. We will see how she does against a warrior and fighter of the size and strength of Varja. It'll take all of the drow magic she can strum up, as both look set, ready to go. And it looks like we're set. There's the bell, and we're off. Collar elbow hookup right in the middle of the ring. Varja wastes no time. Gets the waist lock clamped in. Mignon trying to get free. Uses some strength to get out, and now reverses it. Now Varja feels the arms around her, trying to get free, not having a lot of success. He's not early. As it locked in good. Quick snapmare right into a reverse chin lock. Cranking on it, Mignon slams the bodies down. Has a hammerlock on the arm of Varja. Cranking on her pretty good. Varja's able to get underneath. Fireman's carry reversal, and now has an armbar going on Mignon. Has her down on one knee, now even further, pressing her down. Varja's all about power and strength, and she's putting it to advantage here. Mignon gets up to her feet. Nice arm throw there, and just spears her down. Now gets on top, uses that power to ground and pound away on Mignon. Finishes it with a slap to the face. Big stomp there, another big stomp. And now doing the head pull, cranking the neck all the way back, but Mignon getting to her feet, showing some inner strength there. Reverses out of it. We'll see how much damage is done. Goes right after a big forearm strike. Big stomp to the head. Slams her down. Pulls her up to her feet. Drop kick to the back. Hooks the leg, goes for the pin. But only a 1 count. Some good shock there, but not enough awe from Mignon. Springboard right into a tornado DDT. And now has her up. Has her locked in the accolade of sorts, but does not have the control of the arms. She busts through. Flips Mignon and gets out. And now Skullcracker right to the head. On her knee. Big stomp there. Now Annabelle Dukes is getting up on the ring, up on the apron. creating a distraction. Mignon takes advantage, comes from behind, goes up, hits the Frankensteiner, hooks the legs, going for a quick pin, but not even a 2 count. Again, plenty of shock, but still not enough awe to pull it off. Tries to take her to the far corner, but Varja easily powers her way free. Pulls her up, hard whip into the ropes, drops down. Grabs a hold of her, trying for a suplex of some sort. Mignon blocking it. Able to get an elbow shot in, and now has a dragon sleeper hooked in. She's got her locked in the Underdark, going for the submission, but no, Varja's able to roll out. Not able, strong enough to keep it. And then a running clothesline from behind. Mignon struggling now. Analyth distracting Varja, giving Mignon time to recover. Able to come inside, takes advantage, strikes from behind. Varja's having none of that. Elbows her way loose quickly. Elbow shot. Kicks and blows all over the place. Finish it with a big sweeping kick there. But Mignon comes right back with a forearm shot of her own. Showing some good resiliency here. Waits for her to get to her feet. Big strike there. Wraps from behind. Pull down slam. Now hooks the leg for the pin. But only a 1 count. Rolling senton of sorts there. Let's see what she's got planned here next. Goes up top. Moonsault from the top rope. Hits it. Goes for the pin. But only a 2 count. Can't seem to quite put Varja away, as many have found out. Waits for her in the corner. Varja elbows her way free. Big lariat. Another lariat. Has a hold of her still. Swinging a miss. Ripcord right into a big kick. And now Varja's ready as Mignon gets to her feet. Quick kick. Wrapping her up. She hits the Gladius. Holds her down for the schoolgirl roll-up, and that could be it. It is. Mignon showed quite the battle there, but not quite enough to get the victory over your Lady of Valor Women's Champion, the one and only Varja. Again, showing dominance against a very good attack from Mignon. And now our main event tonight, Morduk, the super smart superhero, is going to be going against half of the men's tag team championship team out of the Barbarians, Dolgrim Bravestone. Word has it Morduk has championship aspirations, and I think he's using a champion of shorts to test himself out.
The following is scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring from Roswell, New Mexico, weighing in at 228 pounds, Morduk.
All right, here we go. It claims to have saved the world more times than it knows. Seeking to show once again how brains can defeat brawn. And he's done a good job of it as of late. But he's going to have a lot of brawn to work through with Dolgrim Bravestone. This will not be easy. We'll see if he can pull it off. Definitely has appeal with the crowd, that is for sure. But let's see how he can do against the Dwarven Barbarian. as the pyro continues. All right, looks like he's set. One half of the Knights of the Realm Tag Team Champions, the little brother.
Representing the Bludgeon Brothers from Asgard, weighing in at 288 pounds, one half of the Men's All-Star Tag Team Champions, Dalton Bravo Stone.
He's the little brother, but just as strong. Likes to eat, drink, and fight, not always in that order. And yes, for those of you purists there, he is supposed to be a dwarf, but that's the shortest I can make people in this game. Looks like Morduk is ready. Dolgrim's chomping at the bit to get going. Here's our main event. There's the bell, and here we go. And Dolgrim goes right after Morduk. Quick kicks and elbows, followed with a skull cracker. And now just stomping the water out of the mud puddle there. Another stomp for good measure. Dolgrim rolls him over, pulls him up. Knee shot right to the head. Flips him over. Kick right to the back. Lets out a little bit of a war cry as he waits for Morduk to get up. Wraps him up. Scoops him up. Fireman's carry. And looks like Morduk just rolled snake eyes. And now has that boot right on the neck and face. Morduk rolls away from the corner. Dolgrim's going up top. Waiting for Morduk to get to his feet. And misses with the elbow drop. Morduk takes advantage. Series of chops and kicks. Finishes it with a forearm to the face. Flips him over, stomp right on the ankle. And now mocks Dolgrim to get to his feet. Goes right back after him. Hard whip into the ropes. Hits him with the drop kick. Goes outside on the ring apron. Goes for the flip and hit. Hits, only gets a 1 count. Little early. Has him by the arms. Ripcord knee shot. Slams the arm down. Dolgrim rolls out to the Eldritch Blast safety mats. Morduk tries to catch him by surprise with a drop kick, but he dodges it. Gets some strikes in. Has him up in the fireman's carry. Gutbuster right onto the knee. As the count begins. Dolgrim catching his breath a little bit. But that's going to give Morduk opportunity as well. As he waits for Morduk to get up. Double running knee shot, it looked like there. Kind of like a standing Meteora. And now throws him hard right into the announcer's table. Morduk stops himself just before more damage can be done. Dolgrim waiting for him to come in, and Morduk catches him by surprise, puts him up top. Not a safe place to be, Dolgrim. Sets him up, looks like he's going for a superplex here. And he hits it. Still has a hold of it. Into a Falcon's arrow, down for the pin. But only a 2 count. Plenty of shock, but not enough awe. Waits for him to get up, and here it comes. There's the brain drain. And Morduk is not stopping. He didn't go so in. He keeps the stomp going. There's the broken glass. Rufus has seen enough. Don't see him anywhere. Dolgrim taking advantage. Reverse roll up. Rufus was just enough of a distraction. He and Morduk have been at odds as of late. Look at that hip toss by Dolgrim. Wraps him up. It's going to take him hard into the turnbuckle. Puts him up top. We'll see what Dolgrim has planned. A strike to keep him there. Has him set up. He's going to go for a superplex of his own. And now goes up, second rope. Leaping elbow drop right to the head. And now he's just waiting for Marduk to get to his feet. Pulls him up. Hits him with the dwarven kick. Hooks the leg for the pin. And only a 2 count. He thought he had him. Big shot there. Hits him again with the dwarven kick. Hooks the leg. And that one was enough. And the victory goes to the Dwarven Barbarian. Outpowers the Brainiac. Dolgrim, Bravestone. Pardon me there. A big victory for Dolgrim there. And Rufus' interruption definitely was a factor in reversing things on that match here tonight. And that, everyone, will bring us to the end of this week's edition of Grappler's Keep. As we get things set up here for doing all of our outro stuff here. Thank you for coming along with us, everything. Yay, Marduk loses. Yeah, Wandering Silence will be very happy about that. So, let's wrap things up here tonight. So, streams here at the Emporium are going to be a little dicey here for the next few weeks. As some of you who've been following on me on Discord know, I've recently had a diagnosis of prostate cancer. We are waiting to schedule the surgery. Right now it is localized just in the prostate. We're hoping that through surgery we can get us we can reverse this condition, get a long-term cure with it. So once that surgery kicks in, I'm not sure how soon I will be back up to streaming. So looks like it's going to happen at the end of this month. So we're going to try to get as many streams in as we can before that scheduled event happens. So you're going to notice at the end of the show, there's going to be something new on the outro thing there. It's not some publicity thing I do. It's a motivation thing I'm doing for myself. So we're going to be taking this day at a time, piece as it goes, doing what we can to beat this bastard disease and kick it in the butt and get it out of our lives here in this household. So the schedule is going to try to stay as normal as possible, but there may be some fluctuations depending on when procedures are scheduled and stuff like that. So the schedule should still be, as long as now that looks like we got everything working right. Bonnie and I will be back on Monday for Family Night at the Emporium, as we are doing Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. We were having some issues. We think we've got them resolved, so we should be able to get a full stream in on Monday. Then Wednesday will be the weekly Skyrim serial. It'll probably be the final episode of Baron Zaya's Glory, and then we will go on to our next character. And I'm going to put a couple character ideas in Discord. Let people pick out which one they want to see. I've got 2 characters in mind, and that should be fun. And I want to see how everyone wants to go with it. So that'll be happening Wednesday, and then Saturday we'll be back with more of Grappler's Keep. Provided nothing changes, keep track on Discord. Join us on our Discord. There's links there in the chat and on the Twitch page here in order to link up for that. Other ways you can support the channel: we do have merch available. We have t-shirts, we have hats for Grappler's Keep, the Emporium, and our sponsor, Diet Water. We have stickers and insulated tumblers and the foam cozies for your cans and bottles as well. And I'm looking at getting an Emporium apron made, since this is a ice cream parlor / soda fountain. Got to have the apron on, so we'll be getting that going up here sometime soon. So that'll be happening there. Other ways you can support us: we have a YouTube channel. The streams that I do here I put there because I know some people, I would love to have all sorts of people subscribing to the channel, but I know economics don't always make that necessary. So I put things on YouTube for those who can't afford to do so, to catch the VODs as they come. So can catch us there. Give us a like, subscribe to the channel, give us likes and stuff like that. There as well goes a long way towards helping us out. So let's go see who we're going to see who's available for rating on Discord. Renato, I'm going to have the stuff for possibly picking out our next Skyrim serial character. We also have sections there that we can discuss the other games we have going on. Sections there for you to show off your creative endeavors. I have an Etsy shop where I make custom Game Master screens for people doing tabletop RPG games. So I show off some of the screens that I make there. I encourage you to show off your stuff as well there. And we also have a special section in Discord. The most important section there is the one that's called the Prayer Closet. Here in this household, we deeply believe in the power of prayer. We know that it's real. We know that it's powerful. We know that it works. We've seen it time and time again with our friends and family. So if you have a need, if you have a concern, if you have a request, then please place it there in the prayer closet and we'll be praying for you. This isn't a thoughts and prayers and no one does anything. I keep a list on Evernote to keep track of who's all on the list and what the results, how God has answered and stuff like that. So please take advantage of that if you'd like that kind of spiritual support. If it's something that's a little bit more personal, a little bit more private, and you don't want all the internet knowing about it, that's perfectly fine. Just use the praying hands emoji. We'll take that as what we call it a spoken request, which means God knows what it is. You know what it is. We don't know, but you know what? We don't need to know every nitty-gritty detail. All we need to know is that the need is there, and we'll be praying for you just as hard as if we knew exactly what's going on. So please take advantage of that if you would like that kind of spiritual support. So let's go share some love and see who's up here. Let's see, Artcam. We got a bunch of WWE people popping up here. Let's see who of the people that we normally follow and share love with are going. Let's see. Anyone that we want to go to here. All right. Got someone else doing their wrestling one, but I've kind of fallen out of appeal on that one. So let's go find someone that we can share the love with here. Okay. See if there's anyone. All right, we got someone here who's. All right, let's see. Let's keep looking here. Who do we want to raid? Oh, I don't want to do that. All right. Let's go with. Keep looking here. Trying to see if someone catches my eye. Well, for saying the WWE 2K25, that looks an awful lot like a different game. So, let us. All right, let's go raid someone we've seen before. Bryant Bree. We followed her in some first time around in Skyrim. Let's see if she's still going. All right, looks like a cute little game going there. We're going to go raid Bryant Bree. So, until next time, everyone, may green be the grass below you, may blue be the sky above you, may straight be the path before you, and warm be the hearts that love you. Good night, everybody, and remember, when all else fails, fight like a hawk.
This has been a Diet Water production.